Hello guys, my name is Rishi Ryder, and today I will be making my homemade famous gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. Now, you may be asking, Richard, why are you not just making regular chocolate chip cookies? Well, it started last year where we had a cookie competition at our school. And there was a girl who had celiac, and if you don't know what celiac is, it's a disease, or well, a condition where you can't really ingest gluten, and it like really messes up your intestines, and that's like really bad. So I decided, well, might as well make some gluten-free chocolate chip cookies so everyone can be included. So now we're gonna start off making our cookies, but you always have to do something first. You always have to wash your hands. Make sure out of the way. Now we're gonna mix our dry ingredients. So we're gonna have our all-purpose gluten-free flour. You're gonna put that in the bowl. Almond flour, sorry. You get 1/4 cup or 1 ounce. We're gonna put that in there. And now we're going to put in salt, the rest of our salt, and we're gonna whisk it all together real good. So now that we have that mixed all together, you want to go over to here where we have our saucepan with a stick of butter. So you want to have 1 stick of butter, and you'll be able to put that on. So now it's melted all the way. So now here is the really important step. You want to be able to whisk it all the way. It might take, depending on how vigorously you whisk, it might take up to 10 to 12 minutes to actually get this, but you want to make sure that the butter ends up turning brown, and it ends up giving off like this nutty aroma, almost like a hazelnut. Okay, so now as you can see, other than it's kind of frothy, the butter is kind of brown, and we're going to turn the heat off the oven. That's very important. Don't want to burn the house down. And now we're going to add it to a glass bowl. Now what you want to do is you want to add the milk, 1 tablespoon of milk. You want to add that. Then you want to add the vanilla extract. You're going to add the vanilla extract. Then you want to add the white sugar. That is 1/4 cup of white sugar. And this is 3/4 cup of brown sugar. You're going to add that in there. Be able to keep mixing it. So you want to mix it a little bit, and then you want to add the egg. No eggshells. That's a good one. You don't want eggshells in your cookie. Now you're gonna want to mix it with the egg. Mix it up till it's pretty much all combined. Our wet mix is pretty much done. Dump it into our main bowl. You want to have 3 bowls when making this recipe. You want to have a small bowl for your dry ingredients, a glass bowl for your wet ingredients. Now we have to get the spatula and get all the wet ingredients out of it. You see our wet ingredients are in the bowl, and we have our dry ingredients. Now what you want to do is you want to slowly add the dry ingredients. Just keep mixing it, and it will start to look like, well, cookie dough. Make sure you get all the dry ingredients from the edges. Make sure it gets all mixed together. Almost. Looks kind of like chunky peanut butter actually from when I just added in those dry ingredients. So it's gonna get a lot thicker, and it's gonna have that like resemblance and texture of cookie dough. As you can see here, most of it is mixed up pretty well. So now we're gonna add this chocolate chips. Now, I know it says 2 cups of chocolate chips, but you never measure chocolate chips. You measure them not on the recipe, not from what you've done in the past. You measure them by your heart. So if you want to put in more, put in more. If you want to put in less, put in less. But the chocolate chips, that can be whatever. I like to stick to the recipe because I don't want mine over chocolate chippy. I guess if that's a word. So now, after you're done mixing, this is another important step. This will help the dough actually rise because it does not have the gluten in it. And so you want to see here, it looks like any ordinary chocolate chip cookie dough. And now you want to get some saran wrap. Now what you're going to do now is wait 30 minutes. We have our non-stick cooking tray right here. We want to beat up all the cookie dough balls into just about will fit in the palm of your hand. So you want to grab a little bit, like so. Runaway chocolate chip. You're going to be able to just like ball it up in your hand like so. Be able to just like place it right on the tray. And then, well, our oven just preheated. So you want to set the oven to 350 degrees. And you want to put it on the top rack. Then close it up. And then you want to do the timer or cook it for about 10 to 12 minutes. That's pretty good right now. So when you get them out of the oven, you want to be able to let them sit and cool so they're not like, they're still going to be kind of doughy. So you don't want to just like right out of the oven, take the spatula and have it just fall apart. So you want to let it cool and make sure you put on some parchment paper and have a little rack. So after that, you take them off the pan, you put them here, and they're ready to enjoy. So thank you for watching my YouTube tutorial on how to make gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. Thank you.